Okay, so um, I read another comment and someone gave me some advice, but I'm not about to say their name because that's petty. The only thing that I have to say is I'm not with that person who I'm talking about, my ex of 5 years. There were a lot of moments that I had with this person, crazy moments. There were a lot of days spent with this person that I remember, and majority of it was bad. So I'm on my channel telling my story times about things that have actually happened to me. And you choose to click on and watch me. If you're uninterested, you know, go watch Love and Hip Hop or go watch the news or something, because all these things that I'm talking about on my story times are things that really did happen to me, but they're in my past. That's the past. I'm not with that dude no more. That dude probably in prison. Okay? But it just angered me because I spent a lot of my time, like 2 months, riding the bus in the hot ass sun to go see this old sorry ass nigga in jail. And when he got out of prison, all them love letters he wrote me and everything that he said he was going to do and how he was going to change, it was a lie. It was a lie. It was all lies. But before I continue my story time to that person who told me to make better life choices and get ghost, and my life is good. My life is great because I'm not with that person anymore. There are some things that I wish I could change that's going on in my life right now, but I will never talk about the struggles that I go through and the demons that be fighting me and everything, because that's not something that I'm going to vent about. But these are things that happened in my past, and I'm going to talk about it. And if you're uninterested, then you can go watch the news. Other than that, because I'm just saying that in a nicest way possible, because lately some people have been coming for me in their little comments when they say something after I make a video. And I just feel like, only me know what's going on, what goes on in my life, and what have went on in my life. I've been through a lot of things in my life, especially in a 5-year relationship with the same dude who I tried so hard not to cheat on. But even though I think he did it to me anyways. But back to my story time. So, he's in prison now. And in the story now, he's in prison. And he's writing letters to me. Some letters that say, I love you, I want to marry you. Could I come up to the prison and marry him in prison? And, I answered his letters back and I told him I would, but I would never marry him. He kept bringing it up. He was in prison for a year for a drug charge. When he was caught in the car with that chick, whoever she was. And he had dope in his car and he had a gun in his car at the time. And it's it's very hard for me to talk about these things because I remember some things. Sometimes there were very dark times that I had with this person because he had demons inside of him that were fighting him. He took a notebook and a pen, and I never forget this as long as day I live. This is why I felt like he believed in voodoo. He drew on a motherfucking piece of paper himself, and the person that he drew on the piece of paper looked just like him, but inside of his body he drew a devil inside of him, and then he wrote at the top of his picture that he drew, said "get out." And then he showed it to me. He said, "This is what I go through every day. I be trying not to let these demons come out of me." I like, you need to take your ass to church. I say, don't you never ever draw no motherfucking picture like that ever again, 'cause that shit scared me when he drew that. Maybe it's something about him being a Gemini man, because he was a Gemini. But that shit looked just like some voodoo shit out of this world, and I was scared. I thank God all the times that he cooked for me and my child. I thank God that he never poisoned my food. That he never did nothing to nothing. None of my food, because he would cook breakfast and everything, and he would clean up for me. But sometimes that shit don't matter, because you can have a man that live with you that will do all that for you, cook and clean for you, which is something that he did, and he put groceries in my house, and he paid the light bill for me. But sometimes that shit don't matter when you looking at the fact that you lusting for some eye candy. And sometimes you need that eye candy in your life, because he was definitely not cute. He wasn't handsome. He just was average. He was average. He looked like an average dude. And he was, nice in the beginning, but I just never should have let that man move in with me, I swear. I wish I could go back in time and tell him, no, you cannot move in with me, because I didn't understand why, why he would do some of the things he do. But back to what I was saying about my story time. He wrote me from prison. Altogether, I had about 50 letters from him. I only wrote him probably 10 times, maybe 20. He gets out of prison, and then he waited a day later, right after he got out of prison. Well, when he first got out of prison, he beating on the door like, and that shit scared the fuck out of me, because at that point in time when he beat on the door like that, when he had first got out of prison, it was in January, it was cold. I was scared because I was on the phone with the dude that I went to that I went to elementary school with. And me and that dude was conversating, and he would give me rides home from work. But that was all that happened. I didn't cheat on him. I was loyal to a certain extent. But I don't think it was anything wrong with me letting him give me a ride to work or give me a ride home and stuff, because I was on the bus, riding the bus back and forth to work. That was hard on me. But When he got out of prison, like I said, he beating on the door like that. And I was so scared. I took my time opening it. And he had the motherfucking ankle bracelet on. And then he said, I can't really live here with you. I have to be at my sister's house majority of the time because that's who my parole officer assigned me to be at. But then when when he got out, it's just like